Hello and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Aquarius today. So Aquarius, we're going to be doing a what is coming toward you reading. We will look into the unconscious past and how that is influencing the present situation. Also looking into the past of what you do know, more conscious past, and how that's playing in, looking at what you're manifesting unconsciously and consciously, and also your hopes and dreams unconsciously and consciously, what's protecting you, what's supporting you, and ultimately the outcome. So let's get to it, Aquarius. And keep in mind that these are general readings, so it may not resonate with all of you, but please and thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes and comments. Feel free to drop a comment, please, about pretty much anything, and especially if you like the reading, what you liked about it, how do you like the spread, whatever. Doesn't much matter. But the like and the comments help boost the algorithm, as you know. So these readings are being provided to you for free, and it would be really, really something to just get a simple energy exchange from what I'm giving you. Okay, so I am inviting Spirit in to offer a message to Aquarius for their greatest and highest good at this time. Please and thank you. And be sure to check your other zodiacal placements if you are so inclined. This is for Aquarius. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Wands. So some very passionate energy, some, fiery, fun, all of that. However, also not entirely solid, not entirely reliable, just very much here for a good time, not a long time kind of energy. Okay, so that could be you, that could be somebody else, whatever the case may be. It's a very playful, non-committal kind of energy right now, which can be very fun. Okie dokie. So what is coming toward you, Aquarius, is the Ace of Cups. So you could be looking at a brand new relationship. You could also be looking at a very emotional, intense, overwhelming experience coming your way. Okay, Ace of Cups, brand new opportunity in love, brand new opportunity for sitting with and being with very big emotions perhaps in a whole new way. We'll see. Okay, and what is underneath that is the World. So there was a closing of a cycle of some kind here. And this could be, something that is, the cycle has ended, it's over, and now on to something new, something completely different. It can also be in times when we have leveled up. Like say we completed our internship and now we're going to graduate. We're still going to be a doctor or a therapist or whatever it is that we were interning for, but now we're going to be doing that as we step into the very postgraduate professional realm. Okay, so that could be also world energy as well. Okay, now what is unconsciously propelling this new Ace of Cups coming your way is the Two of Wands. All right, so there can be, you know, on an unconscious level, it's like you're wanting to move forward. There's one wand that's bolted to the wall, that's fixed, that's staying there. And then another one that's like in this person's hand, ready to go. And in the other hand, they're holding the world, right? So they're holding the world, and it's kind of like, what's next, you know? So that's the energy that's on an unconscious level, operating at an unconscious level, that's bringing in this Ace of Cups here for you. Now, what you are aware of from your past is how communication has played into this situation that you find yourself in at this time. You know, what did any kind of messages look like? How did you communicate? Was there any kind of negotiation? Any kind of, you know, what is this about? How did communication play into, you know, a new relationship or a brand new emotional experience in your life before? Okay, this card can also be referred to as the love arrows. So you could have a lot of opportunities right now with, you know, suitors, and you could have your pick. You know, a lot of love arrows coming your way. So that's a possibility as well. Getting a lot of messages, a lot of communication, people wanting to talk to you. Okay, now what are you manifesting on an unconscious level here? And that would be Temperance. So there's something that's changing inside of you on a very deep level. You know, you're being reshaped, you're being reformed. You're also taking, and this is an invitation to, you know, take your time with it, right? There's kind of a whole process when it comes to alchemy. It's like you're pouring in and out into one cup and into the other and mixing right now, you know. You could be integrating information, integrating experiences, processing those, in order to have the impact of your recent past have, you know, an integration, a kind of a lasting impact. Like, what's the meaning that you're going to be making from, you know, what you're coming from here, the world. This is just like kind of what is supporting this Ace of Cups coming towards you. You know, there was an ending of a cycle. Now, how are you going to be integrating that, what you learned in that cycle for yourself when it comes to all the aspects of your life? Healing, relationship, thinking, feeling, all the things. Okay? And also how you move forward in your life with regard to your tangibles. So what you are consciously manifesting is long-term stability and commitment. You know, you're consciously manifesting, you know, not needing to want for anything, just having all your ducks in a row, you know, having your assets and your finances and your relationship, you know, on lock, just really, and also happiness, contentment, you know, love, connection, stability. This card really speaks to the family, right? Just kind of like whatever that looks like for you. It's like you found your people, and now, or you've created your family, what have you, and now you're going to be traveling into the future, living with them. What kind of home are you building? You know, this happy home, this long-term stability is what you are consciously manifesting at this time. You know, and with this Ace of Cups, perhaps you're in the 9 energy right now, the single, and the person who is, you know, independent and also very stable, but on their own. And so then with the Ace of Cups coming your way, that makes the 9 a 10 in terms of the pentacles here. Okay, so then what are your unconscious hopes and dreams? To build something lasting and stable. You know, cooperation, collaboration. This can also be like dating, what have you, but you know, unconsciously, your hopes and dreams are to come together with another person or a couple of other people to build something up, something that's going to last. 10 of Pentacles, something that's strong, stable. And cooperation. You know, in this card we have someone who's holding the plans. We have someone who's like holding the tools and doing the thing. And then we have this other person who's just kind of there. And it's like, it's like a consultant, I guess, like maybe, but they're just looking over the shoulder of the person holding the plans, kind of hanging out and watching and listening and this and that. So not too sure on their role, but they're there. They're offering moral support in the endeavor. Who knows? You know, and perhaps right now you could very well be, you know, maybe you're dating a couple of people and, you know, you're going to be boiling it down to the 1 cup. That's a possibility. Okay. But we see here that the two of wands in the unconscious past is becoming the 3 in the hopes and dreams. Okay. This is a progression from where you've been to where you want to go. Now, the 3 of wands is a gateway. It's an integration. It's a transition from, you know, the 2 things have been here. A decision has been made. Now you're moving forward to integrate the 3rd thing. Some folks also like to say, and another interpretation of this card is waiting for your ships to come in, you know, which is a pretty passive energy. And, you know, there's something a bit more proactive about a gateway, right? It's like you're stepping through the gateway. And those 2 things can work together. Perhaps you don't feel like you can step through the gateway until that 3rd thing shows up, whatever it is. But here you have it. Your hopes and dreams are for your ship to come in and to integrate and to move forward. All right. Now, what is protecting you here? What is covering you? What's protecting you is the 3 of Swords. So some heartbreak. So this is where we can see how protection energy, whatever lands in the position here in this spread, it's protecting us, but is it in alignment with our goal and in alignment with, you know, is it protecting us and supporting us, or is it protecting us and keeping us comfortable and safe, which can feel comfortable and safe, but it can also hold us back from really achieving our goal and really seeing our hope and dream into fruition. Okay. You know, and I think that your hope and dream is to have integration. I mean, I don't really think your hope and dream would be to wait, but you never know. Maybe it is. I mean, or I don't know. You would know, but you know, that's a possibility. So be that as it may, the 3 of Swords and how that is protecting you is that I believe that this is something that you're, you know, keeping in mind of how your pain has how you came to be in pain. Okay? How you came to be in pain in the first place. There was a closing of a cycle here. And maybe it was that closing of the cycle that brought you this overflowing, overwhelming, cup of emotion. And in alignment with that, you have felt heartbreak. You're taking time to heal right now. We had the heartbreak right over the Four of Swords. So this pain is protecting you in a way by giving you the signal to retreat, to rest, to heal, to take care of yourself. All right? That's how this is protecting you. As soon as we step into the hurting energy, we're also stepping into the healing energy. Because, the hurt is there. The hurt is there, and so we be with it. And being present with the hurt is absolutely an integral part of the healing process. All right? So there's some healing that's happening here. That's that Four of Swords is in the outcome position. Maybe it was this communication in the past that you are conscious of that ended up closing out this cycle for you, which brought on the overwhelming emotions here. And you had to integrate that. You had to balance those feelings out. This feels like a spiritual process for you. Something very deep here. This has changed you on a very fundamental level. And despite this pain and this healing right now, ultimately, you want to manifest your long-term stability with a committed partner. Or it could even be committing yourself to something. It doesn't have to be just one person or one thing. Everybody does relationship differently these days, because, and that's good, that's positive. People need to align with folks that they find resonance with. So in this reading, I only clarify one card. And with this energy up here, your conscious hope and dream, maybe your conscious hope and dream is wanting something from this cycle that just closed to come back. That's a possibility too. Given that the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords is here. Another storyline, and another possibility that just came in is perhaps you just finished up therapy, or perhaps you just went through some cycle and now here's this invitation. What's coming towards you is to really be with the feelings about that and to integrate that as a part of your healing as well. Because, with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords, that is a trajectory, that is healing. It's like you're building up again. You're building up again. So if this is a solo venture, I get the sense you're building yourself up again. And you'll know it when you see it. When the next thing comes in and you think, okay, this is really good. This is in alignment with what it is that I want. I mean, I feel like right now you're doing so much, you're doing not so much, but you're doing your healing. So it's like you're okay to be waiting, you know, and you're not necessarily just waiting, but you know, when the gateway appears and you're ready to walk through the gateway, then it's there. You will walk through the gateway. You know that the gateway will appear when you are ready for it to appear. But right now, you're healing. Right now, you're healing. So what card are we going to clarify? Let's clarify. Shall we clarify the world? Or should we clarify the hope and dream? Or should we clarify the temperance? Because that is in the unconscious manifestation. And you know, if you just had a cycle close out, you'd be aware of what that is. Let's go ahead and do the Three of Wands, because what is it, how do we know? I think that these cards can tell us. How will Aquarius know when their ship has come in? What will it look like? What are some indications that Aquarius will be ready to step through the gateway? What are some of the things that they need to look out for when their hope and dream is there for the taking, when their hope and dream shows up? Maybe you don't even really know what it is right now. And you're like, well, I guess I'll know it when I see it, but right now I don't know what my hope and dream is. So let's just get some clarifying energy on the Three of Wands. Nice. I think this is good. More healing energy and structure. Okay, so for the Three of Wands, you have the Emperor, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So you are healing. Something that ended, the cycle that ended for you, you know, was very sad, and a lot of outpouring of emotion here. And you know, this is something that has really changed you on such a deep level, Aquarius. And you know, it's like you're kind of going through this process right now of being reshaped and reformed, and it's really doing a number on you. So do take very good care of yourself right now, most definitely. This is an invitation for as much self-care as you can, you know, just put enough salve on whatever needs to be tended to, because I get the sense that there's a lot of tenderness here. You're quite raw. So for the Three of Wands, the Emperor, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So, you know, there's ultimately there's sadness and grief, deep grief here, okay? And then we have healing, so that's good, that's real positive. And then we have the Emperor, so that could be like, you know, kind of a dad energy, kind of guide energy. So, you know, maybe the gateway for you is going to, you know, see a therapist, or the gateway for you is creating your own structure around how you want to be with these emotions, hold these emotions, go through this grieving process. It's all there. And you know, since this is dad energy, you could think about this as an invitation to, you know, if you had, depending on what kind of relationship you had with your own dad or father figure, right? Any kind of guide in your life, any kind of person, and they don't have to be a male either, it could be a female as well, like just the person who gave you guidance, the person who set structure for you, who gave you a, you know, who encouraged you, right? Who you felt safe with, okay? Who you could trust, who you knew that if you followed their advice, you know, you were in good hands. So conjure that person up inside. If this person is still alive, call them. If this person has passed away, you know, think about what their voice sounded like. Think about some of the messages they gave you throughout your life when you felt down and they were trying to, you know, things that they said that really helped you. If you've never known anybody like that, then, you know, I would say get some support around you ASAP, really. You can, and that can look however it looks. You know, you could go to therapy, you could join a coven, whatever, you know, whatever is going to work for you. But get that structure around you, the structure that's going to build you up, the structure that's going to support you and help you heal. And like I was saying before, if you did have somebody like that in your life and you're in this spot where you're like, okay, I'm grieving, but I know that I'm going to heal through this. This is when we, you know, because we internalize those very important people in our life that have made their mark. Like we internalize them. It's called an introject, okay? And so this is an invitation for you to call on one of your positive introjects. Positive, somebody that helped you heal. You internalized their messages in a positive, healthy, healing way. Call on that. Imagine that person's voice telling you the same thing. If you still have access to that person, call them. Because you got the double duty here. Got the double whammy of the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. That's a toughie. This was a hard one to close. This was a hard cycle to close. But you got the Four Swords, so you're healing. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So you could also, you know, watch videos online. You could learn about things. Maybe you're needing, you know, this person standing on a stack of books. Go on over to the bookstore and beeline for the self-help section. I mean, whatever it is. Or even if studying something totally new is how you know that you heal and take your mind off some of the emotional stuff, and you really want to learn about, you know, basket weaving or fiber craft or whatever, go for it, you know, just gobble it up. gobble up good information right now that's going to benefit you, okay? Take in the information that's really going to contribute to your growth and health and well-being. All right? So that's what I have for you, Aquarius, for the tarot portion. So I'll go ahead and I'll pull some oracle cards for you. Okay, dragonfly, magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's very encouraging. That's really sweet, supportive energy. That's really nice. Okay. I like the way that the cards sound when they do that little shuffle. They have this really weird thick coating on them. Okay. Letting relationships flow. Today I will stop trying to control my relationships. I will participate at a reasonable level and let the other person do the same. Split up the duty. I can let go, knowing that the relationship will find its own life or not, and that I don't have to do all the work, only my share. Okay, let's do this one. This is a new deck that I got off of Kickstarter by Angie Sullins. It's called Witch, Woman in Total Control of Herself. It's really, really nice. It's kind of got like this semi-gothic kind of vibe, but also kind of fresco art. I don't know if it's fresco, whatever. But you'll have to see, it's freaking beautiful. Okay. Dragon Rider. Dragon Rider. Let's see. Once upon a time, when the sky was filled with dragons, there was a group of women known as the Dragon Riders. The bond between woman and creature was silent, powerful, and unbreakable. It lasted a lifetime, forged entirely of fire and belonging. Yes. Life is like that dragon, fierce, terrifying, glorious, fiery, magical, thrilling, and overwhelming. Taking to the skies of self-love and self-confidence on the back of such a daunting creature is an act of wild daring and can only be accomplished by belonging to self and to life, despite its jagged jaws. Now is the time to ditch the chameleon of false belonging that keeps you crawling on the ground, mired with fitting in, measuring up, staying likable. Your dragon, your life, has chosen you and is waiting for you to choose it back, just as it is, just as you are. Loving yourself in a society that profits from your self-doubt is an act of rebellion, worthy of the dragon riders. A witch knows that the only way she can truly soar is to meld with the dragon, allowing herself to belong to life and to her most authentic self, embracing it all with wide open arms. That's powerful. That's a very, very powerful, strong message. You know, I think that you got this, Aquarius. It's hard right now, but it will pass. It will pass, most definitely. You got this. Okay, thank you, Aquarius. I'm so glad you joined me today, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.